Trust me when I say I know exactly how stressful and how annoying it can be to create content and just not get paid for it. It feels like there's this landmark that we need to get to and we just keep falling short of it. That's made so much worse when we look at other lazy content creators who are getting paid thousands of pounds by brands, and which is like, how come they don't have to put any effort into their work, but I'm coming up with amazing content and I just can't get paid? I'm making this video today because I've realized I am in a truly unique situation, because for the last 7 years, I've worked in influencer marketing, and for the last 2 years, I've run a small YouTube channel where, just like you guys, I've been hoping to get paid. Obviously, we love the content side of it, but making that extra bit of cash would make things so much more helpful, and at a minimum, at least try getting gifted things, because at least that makes creating the content that I love to make that little bit easier. I said that I've worked in this influencer marketing side for 7 years, and I feel like I've looked at so many videos preparing myself to shoot this video, and I've just been like, these people are lying to you. The other people on YouTube that tell you how to get paid by brands, in my mind, don't really give you concrete, no-nonsense advice on how to deal with influencer marketers or marketers as a whole. And I feel like I'm a bit different than everyone on YouTube, because I literally got home from my job 10 minutes ago. I've worked in this, and I think, unlike the people that run their own digital agencies, the advantage is I've kind of gone through the ranks. I've gone up through the account executive role into senior exec, into account manager, and I'm ready to share that information with you, because I know how helpful the information I have has been to my success of getting paid content from brands, because I've had some amazing opportunities. I've been gifted a doorless helicopter ride in New York City, cruise in Barbados, and I've even got paid to go to Norway. And I'm not saying this to make you feel jealous or make you feel some sort of way about it. I'm just telling you because I've got 1,200 followers at this point. Like, it is possible, but it just takes a lot of effort to actually get that first brand deal. But when you do, best feeling in the world. These next 5 tips are genuinely going to help you. They're going to be hard to accomplish for some of you, especially if you're introverted, but I can promise you, these are real tips on how you can get paid as a small influencer. Tip number 1, most important piece of advice I can give you. This is as important as the other 4 tips combined. Networking is everything, and I can't sum that up enough. You need to be going out every single week or reaching out to people every week, and you have to hit 3 sorts of categories. Category number 1, other content creators and influencers. It just makes complete sense. It's a great way for you to see how other people are doing it. Don't be too optimistic. I know that you might look up to some really large content creators. I look up to Mr. Beast. Would I reach out to him? Probably not. He's not going to reply. So my technique is always the ×3 rule. So if you have 5,000 followers, to reach out to someone with 15,000 followers. If you have 1,000 followers, to reach out to someone with 3,000 followers, and then you can start creating content together. And then the benefit of that is when they start tagging you, other brand managers, PR managers, and marketing managers are going to see that, which is category number 2 of people. Something really important to know here, which I've not seen anyone really talk about, is there's a big difference between a PR manager and a marketing manager. If you're looking for gifted campaigns, PR managers are where you want to go. So their dedicated job is essentially just to get free press coverage for their client. So they're always a lot more willing to work on a free basis with you guys. However, if you want to get paid, you have to reach out to the marketing team, because the marketing team normally gets much bigger budgets than the PR team will get. That's where you want to be hitting for your first paid campaign. That takes me on to the 3rd category of person, and you're going to want to know agents, because the advantage is if you tell them that, hey, look, I'm just looking for a campaign, they might speak highly of you to a brand manager that you know and be like, why don't you just take a chance on him? And that relationship's really important. So from my side, even working as an influencer marketing manager, I only normally work with a very select few people, because I've got relationships with them. I can go out and actually pitch them because I know the sort of content they're going to come out with and I can trust them. And that relationship works both ways. And some real friendships develop out of this. Once you start working with other people in this industry, you just start to understand it, you go out more, and you have a lot more fun than when you're at this beginning stage and you're still kind of unsure how you want to approach this. Tip number 2 is once you've actually met that marketing manager, and by the way, a great way to actually find that marketing manager is simply go onto LinkedIn, type in the brand that you want to work with, and then search marketing manager, or if it's a bigger brand, influencer marketing manager, and then that's their contact. You know who's in charge of that now. Tip number 2, quick messages are always better than long emails. If I had the option, I would always have potential influencers or content creators hit me up in my DM and follow me. Because first of all, I get a bit of a dopamine rush because I get an extra follower. That's great. Who doesn't want someone following them? Then if you message me and be like, hey, I saw you ran this great campaign. Hey, I saw you ran this great campaign. I would love to run a partnership with you guys. Would you mind if I send you an email? I then in 20 seconds can click onto your profile and see the sort of content you're coming up with. As opposed to if you make me spend 10 minutes reading an email promising me the world and then I find out your following's not what I expected, I'm just gonna be disappointed and I'm more likely just to say no to it. And even from your side, if you're writing out these long emails, that feeling if you get rejected is 10 times worse than if you send a DM, which only took you 2 minutes to write. Tip number 3 is to use your niche, especially when you're sending that first email because you're a small content creator. What makes you different than larger influencers? So for me, you may have not noticed, I'm black. The majority of my following are black. So with companies so open to working with a diverse cast of people, I'm obviously going to use that to my advantage. This isn't a racist thing. This is just the truth and a no-nonsense approach to how you have to do this. If you're a woman, make sure you push on that fact. I'm a woman that works in a certain niche and this is what I love creating. It's going to help you out because people want to work with a diverse range of people. Tip number 4 is the same. When you're writing this email, believe in yourself. I cannot tell you how helpful that is. Keep it short, keep it concise, but make sure to be passionate about what you're talking about. I know that we want to get paid in this, and I know the reason you're watching this video is how do I get paid as a small creator? The truth behind it is we make these videos because we just love creating content. We create Instagram posts because we love to do it. We have fun doing it, and I think once you actually get that passion out to a marketing manager, that's when you start to see results and they're like, all right, we want to work with a person. And more often than not, the way that I would look at it from a business point of view is, okay, this person's small now. Let me see how I can grow with them. Let me see how I can create a long-term relationship with this person so that if they do become bigger in the future, we get to harness that relationship and beat every single brand competitor that they can work with. Tip number 5 is a fun one, and that's because if you want to get paid and you don't know exactly what brands you want to work with, my best advice is to look out for brands which have either recently been backed by venture capitalists or seed money. And the fact is, they're normally owned by young professionals who are so much more open to working with experiential campaigns and just creating a huge amount of content for their brands. And the thing about these like VC-backed companies are, they are super cool companies to work with. And once you start going through them, understanding that, you'll have a huge amount of people to reach out to, and then just follow all the tips from above, and who knows, you'll get your first paid campaign. Okay, so that was my first ever video. It's weird being behind the camera because normally I'm on the go, but if you like that video, I love talking about my job. I've been doing this for so long, and if I can give help from the influencer marketing point of view or from a small YouTube content creator point of view, that's all I want to do. So please do hit the subscribe button if you like that video, and I'll see you on the next video.